We're back. We're on film. We're live. Well, I'm live. You're probably watching this on YouTube. Actually, you are watching this on YouTube. Hi, my name is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant, and I'm coming at you again with another caricature quick tip. Absolutely free, sharing my experience with you. I know it'll probably put me out of a job. I know that it'll create competition for me, but I'm willing to let you have these secrets because I know that nobody's telling you these things. Okay? And in fact, I have a lot of self-confidence because I'm not worried. Wait a minute. Before I start, I'm drinking my concoction. You know what this is? It matches my sweater. It's green. This is cucumber juice. I know it sounds gross, but it is delicious. I drink this every day. I recommend it. One moment. It's almost as if I put Kermit the Frog in a blender. I'm telling you. It sounds gross, but it is delicious. Cucumber juice. Okay. Today's caricature quick tip is continuing in our series of how to draw the human eye. Okay, the eyes being the windows of the soul, and if you want to be a caricature artist, cartoonist, it's very important to draw those windows right. And because, of course, I don't want to tell you the obvious thing. I want to tell you the very, very subtle things, okay? Because if you get the subtle things right, your drawings are going to have just a little bit more of an edge that these so-called average drawings do not have. There's an expression that, in old westerns they used to say is, don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. And you know what? That same principle applies to drawing. Don't draw the eyes until you see the whites of their eyes. And this is what I mean. If you look at most people's eyes, it's very subtle, and it's so subtle that you might miss it. Some people have more white, or rather, their pupils kind of are arranged in the eyeball itself so that you see more white in certain areas than other people. Now, this might seem like a moot kind of point, not really too important to think about, but it's so subtle that if you get this, it can make your illustration that much more, stronger, and it will really help your likeness. Now, here are 3 examples. Number 1, number 2, number 3, obviously. If you look at the first example, if you look underneath, there's a lot of white there showing. Okay? Also, on the side, near the corner, a lot of white. As opposed to number 2, where there's virtually no white showing underneath, but on the sides. Okay? Number 3, you see just a little bit of white showing underneath and, also on the sides. Now, most people, out of instinct, when they draw, they say, well, I know how to draw the eyes. They'll usually opt to draw it like number 2, just kind of close everything up. I don't know. It's just something about human nature that you want to have closure, okay? What your challenge is as an artist, you want to kind of get as close to the likeness as possible, and you want to do these subtle little things so you have a little bit of a visual edge, okay? Look for the whites of their eyes. Look to see if you can kind of figure out how much white they have in their eyes, especially underneath the bottom part. Most people really, really miss that, and it makes a little. To me, it makes a big difference in getting a likeness just a little better. It's subtlety. Oh, but it's in the details. I mean, I forget the expression now. It kind of flies out of my head, but there's just something about the details that will make your drawing that much more effective. So don't draw till you see the whites of their eyes. You're going to either see a little bit of white underneath, okay? Or maybe see a lot of white underneath, or maybe no white, underneath, or a lot of white on the sides of the eyes, okay? You combine that with what I taught in a previous video, where I told you that eyes either go straight across, curve slightly, slant slightly downward, or slant slightly upward. If you combine those two principles, then man, your eyes are going to look fabulous, okay? And you'll definitely have a visual edge over all the other artists who are just drawing in a very generic way, okay? So don't draw until you see the whites of their eyes. That's my caricature quick tip for today. Again, this is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling. Check out my blog site at www.subwaysurfer.blogspot.com. And also, if you have comments, go to cartoons, my email rather, cartoons for you too at AOL.com. That's cartoons, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2 at AOL.com. Let me drink the rest of this juice. That's good.